What an introduction. Yo, yo, yo. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to TCR Competitive Racing, round number 13 for the Golden Class today. And it's a wet one. We're here. About 5 minutes left. Full wet quali. We got Workaman on top for now, followed by Lopez and Fatal. And it is just me. Seafreeze here. The sole commentator for tonight, so I'm going to try my best to get through it. I got my coffee here. I got my chat to the right. How we all doing in the chat? I see Case. He says, let's go. What's up? Mitch says, poor guys in the rain. I hope that's not how it is tomorrow. But I was informed that I think it is a clear race. So that'll be all good there. Nicholas says, Workman is the man. Well, he's a working man, there's not much to it, he's up towards the top, he's good in the rain, he got his first win at Italy in the rain, so it's all stacking up. So we got 16 drivers here tonight. Let me go through the points for you all as we get through the qualifying here, as it's winding down. As far as the Drivers' Championship, we have Mr. Jones with 141, with only one win to his name, but he's been consistent throughout, followed by Fatal, who's up in P4. He's got 135 points, so only a 6-point gap between them. We have this race is race 13, 14 at Russia, 15, and finale at Brazil. So there's only 3 left. So it's very, very tight as Jones gets a qualifying right in front of Fatal. And then in third, we do have Mitch with his 125, but he's, like we said, he's moved up. So out of the running drivers, Darkest in technically fourth, but we'll move him to third. He has 115, and then Opus, winning last week, is at an even 100. So that's your Drivers' Championship. Those 4, even though Opus is still a little farther back, he's still in contention, but he would need everything to go right for him. So I don't know if that's going to happen, and as well as Darkest. So, but let's see the constructors. As far as the constructors look, we got Toro Rosso on top, which is Fatal and Darkest, with 250 points, followed by Sauber of Dre and Giggle, who is not here today. They have 214, followed by Ferrari of XP and Jones with 169, and then Mercedes of Opus and Working Man. Look at, they're up there. They're fighting. They still got a shot, as they're only at 137. So maybe a steep shot, but they're still in kind of contention. So those are your points. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm gonna put the points down just so we don't get confused. And alright, we're gonna get going here. Sorry for last week. If you guys saw, I kind of took an on-board view and was not really professional with it. But this week, we're doing things the right way, so to speak. As Opus retires, gets a nice quali and slots right between the Jonesy and Fatal. Coleman's retired. He's 13th. So Gade and McLaren did not set times. They'll be starting 15th and 16th. But I will. We got to do predictions now. We have to do them now, as qualifying comes to a close. I think, as far as the championship goes, I favor Fatal, even though he does not have that first win yet. Although, it's kind of like he's doing it on purpose. You're just backing up what I'm saying, Fatal. I like it. I like what you're doing. As far as the championship, I do think Fatal has the momentum. He has everything going right. He's been very consistent as of late. He's gotten a numerous amount of second place finishes, and I think he is gaining that momentum. He's beaten Jones in the last 4 races straight, so momentum's on his side, and Jones has been losing that gap to him for a couple races now. So even though Jones is ahead, I think Fatal is gonna come out. I don't know if he'll get a win, but I think he's had the edge over Jones. So as far as the championship, we still have 3 races to go on that, but I do think Fatal is reeling Jones in a little bit each week, and I think it's really working for him. As far as the race, hold that thought. We're going to wait till qualifying is legit over, and then I'll put my predictions, but, oh, there you go, because you got Worker Man. Yeah, you're getting pole there for now. I don't know if anyone else, I think that's it. Everyone else is done, besides Fatal. I think he's on his last lap here, so he's going to have to improve by a tenth and a half. He's going to have to improve by a tenth and a half. Or less than, sorry. 800ths of a second. So, let's see if he gets that here. He's the last guy. Front looks pretty close, especially in the rain. To be only a couple tenths off the pole lap is actually quite good. As Fatal doesn't have it, he's coming in the pits, so that is qualifying done. Workman does get the pole. Fatal in second, Lopez third, Jonesy fourth, and Airborne rounding off the top 5. Now I'll do predictions for the race. I think it will be a dry race, and if that is the case, I'm gonna have to go with Fatal. I just think it's about time. I think he's very overdue, in my opinion. He has to have it this week, especially, you know, the U.S. Grand Prix. I think it's about time to get his first win. If it doesn't happen, he still has a couple more opportunities, but it's very slim. It's coming towards the end. He's got to do it now, so we'll see. So qualifying is over. Let's go through the lineup once everybody loads on in. If you all are new here and are not subscribed already, please do so. Hit the bell while you're at it, and support us down below. We have the website. Oh wow, and that's interesting. Intermediate for Working Man, so there might have been a little less rain at the end, so it kind of worked out in his favor. Regardless, very close. No matter what tire, but very, very good lap by Working Man. Very nice. We do have the website down below once this video, once the stream is up and recorded and uploaded and all that jazz. So if you have any questions, want to join, all our information's on there. It'll be down in the description. Tomorrow is the Platinum Class USA GP, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And we also have a championship shaping between Joe Breezy and Sean. So make sure you tune in tomorrow to see the championship, but also to see me race. So the sun is shining here. It stopped raining pretty quickly. I don't know, wouldn't you say? Man, that was a quick. The dryers got out, you got the blowers out, and they cleared the track, stopped raining, not a cloud in the sky. Would you look at that? Make sure you put your predictions down below. I don't want you guys cheating like I usually do. Put your predictions down below. Let me know who you think is going to win. Then we could go after the race and say, man, we all got it all wrong. Oh, man. Alright, let's get the detail here. Let's get it all set up. Although I don't see anything. Oh, there it is. It's loading. Eventually it'll load. Eventually. Looks like we got no tire. Oh, there's the tires. There we go. Sorry. Interval between the leader. No, the interval. Okay. So we're all set. 16 drivers for today. I think we're missing, I don't know who, but we're missing 4. William says prediction is the working man. So we got our first prediction down below. He puts working man. Starts on pole, finishes right where he left off. It's not a bad prediction. Going for the guy in pole. We got Fatal here in second, looking for his first win. We got Lopez and Jones behind, already have their first win, and only win at that, as well as working man. So Fatal surrounded by one-time winners. He wants to make himself a one-time winner, at least a winner. Airborne down in 5th. He got his first podium a couple weeks ago in France. So congrats on that. Opus, last week's winner. Kitten took a little kitty power nap last week. He missed last week, so nice to see him back in his usual spot. Around 6th and 7th is where he likes to hang out. So we'll see if he can move on up the grid, and he's on the soft tire. So the first guy as well. Got Darkest in 8th on the soft tire. He's 3rd in the championship. XP in 9th. Norton. Clues. A name change for Clues. A new man with that, Mr. Clues. He took the theft part out of it, and it's kind of been working for him lately. Got Ultimate and Coleman, both Williams, 12th and 13th. Followed by Dre, who should be commentating tomorrow alongside Fatal, so make sure you tune in for that. And we have Gade and McLaren rounding off the grid. Everyone's lining up. As the lights start ticking away here for the U.S. Grand Prix here in the Golden Class. TCR, bring the action. Let's go. Everyone gets a good start. That Renault in the back. Norton making it 3, maybe 4 wide in the background. Got to watch your wing. Man, they go 4 or 5 wide. They're pushing out deep. And I say deep. XP has problems. He's dropping. Reynolds in the back. Working man. Followed by Lopez. Fatal. Kitten gets a great lightning start. Jones in 5th. Airborne 6th. Opus. D-Crime. My boy D-Crime. Ultimate. And McLaren. McLaren gets a really nice start on those ultra soft tires. From the back of the grid up to 10th. As we have a pass here. Opus on Airborne. Besides that first turn, it's been pretty good. Airborne getting back on Opus. Jones making a move on Kitten. He's not wasting any time. He goes a little bit deep. He's going to have to give it back. Slots right back in behind. Got some moves on the back. Dre and Coleman going at it. Got the Force Indias going at it. Nice moves. Clues followed by McLaren, Coleman, Dre. Loses out a spot. Gonna have to tuck back in. Going back to the top. Workman leads this first lap. Gets the fastest lap, of course. And we're moving on down. Kitten's very close to Fatal. Jones very close to Kitten. Braking, braking, braking. Jones, late dive. He's got to watch that wing. He's a championship leader right now. He cannot put himself in those vulnerable positions. He's got to make a pass, and he's got to make it clean but quick, I might add. But Kitten, nice position here on those soft tires. He's gonna, that strategy might come back with him towards the end of the race when he's on that softer tire. It looks like his wing's intact. He's moving on up. And let's see if he's got the speed to hang with the top guys. He hasn't been on the podium in a couple races, more towards the beginning of the season. So it'd be nice to see him up there. Couple positions moving here. Is Jones making a move maybe again? Locks up a little bit. Doesn't go as deep. He's going to cover that off quite nicely. Jones up to P4. His championship rival right ahead is Kitten. Loses it. And that that might be a commentator's curse. Man, I was saying so good things. Oh, he's got airborne moving the inside. So all that good, it's turning around quite quickly. Airborne kind of gets squeezed out there on the dirty side of the track. And they slot in 6, 7, 8, they say. Got a nice line forming. Lopez on the back of Jones. Lopez put the fastest lap. Just trying to close in on Working Man. Now I suppose everybody used their dry setup during the qualifying session. Otherwise you'd be screwed in this race. So it looks like everyone made a right call on that, as Dre moving up on McLaren, P11. Oh, Coleman lost a couple spots there. Might have had a little boo-boo. He's not having the hottest race, I'll say that much. He was looking good last week, as we got Lopez and Workman going side by side into the end of the DRS straight, but I don't think, I don't know if they had it, but Lopez looking quite racy here. Right on the back of that Mercedes. Because it's all about tire management, tire wear, strategy, pace. I mean, you could go on and on. Got a long race ahead of us. Penalties as well. That's going to be a huge thing going through those S's. So I think a couple drivers earlier on got a couple penalties down the field. So nothing too major. Towards the front. So now DRS for Opus. Got a caution. It might be Ultimate. The Ultimate goes in the pits, sorry. Norton moves up. 2 Williams in the pits, like I said. Going through. Everyone's just kind of showing what they got. Feeling out nice and early. Not much happening, just kind of line forming as Ferrari and Renault, XP and Gade. XP trying to overtake. Gade looks for the switch. Nicely done on those soft tires. Let's see who gets the DRS. It looks like Gade gets it. So he's gonna, although XP gets the toe. Although I did kind of miss this one. So another Ferrari battle. Jones and Opus. Opus gets past. It was probably a quite simple move down with DRS. So nothing really too major I missed. I'm gonna start keeping my eye towards the front as this race develops. There's a nice gap between second and third. Fatal about 2.8 off of Lopez, give or take. And you got Opus and Jonesy. This was your podium last. Oh, man, working, man. Lopez goes for the dive. Working man tried to go back to switch, but didn't quite work. Lopez takes lead. He takes charge. Hello, I am Steel. How are you? How you doing? Alright, so we've got Lopez in front. Let's see, let's manage the gap. Let's see how this is. Let's see if Working Man can stay within DRS. As that gap between Fatal and Working Man for P2 is kind of coming down a little bit. We got Airborne on Kitten. That's for P6. We got my boy D Crime right behind, followed by Cluzy and Dre. Dark is getting really close. Right on the back of Kitten. Yep. Nice and close, man. Sticking to the line as well. Not much runoff. They're not running the IndyCar line on that one. Going through Dre. Getting a nice run, but there's nowhere to go through the S's. Now we're getting, these gaps are kind of coming down. Fatal closing on Working Man. I think it's going to be a one-stop race. I do believe. I don't think, even for the ultra soft runners, there should be a one-stop. It's just whether or not, what is the faster strategy. A lot of guys on the supers because wet qualify. I don't know if you caught that. Darkest overtaking Clues, and Dre say, let me get a little bit of it. I'm back here. I want to move up. I want to move up. He's getting the switch back. Textbook move there for Dre. Let's see if it works out. It does, man. He pulled the dictionary out for that one. Dre. He's going to school on this nice day here in the Circuit of the Americas. Opus slips in with the DRS right behind Fatal. Fatal goes defensive. Opus on the outside. Fatal gives room. Opus gets good traction out of the corner, and man, right around the outside is Opus. Man, these guys have been going at it week after week after week. Opus and Fatal. This is another battle. Opus and Fatal lost to this one again. Remember, these guys have been going at it. Baku and whatever last race was, Canada. My mind was going blank, but these guys have been going at it. This is just another battle between them. As now they got team order. I don't know if there will be team orders, but you got the Mercedes team, Working Man and Opus. I'm not too sure if any strategy will go between them. So it gets very close there. Kitten goes deep, airborne, taking advantage. Oh, and Dre says, man, I'll take you too. Dre moving on up. Hey, man, Clues was last lap, now it's D-Crime. Now he's got Kitten in his sights. Dre, I like it. Oh, we got Working Man. We got disconnection here. And the equivalence to that is an engine problem. He's got some engine problems. Hopefully he gets back in this race. But he's going to lose positions here. He's going to lose time as Jonesy. Jonesy gets to overtake him here. And Working Man, man, after a great pole qualifying lap. Oh. Okay. So I guess technical difficulties here. I don't know what's happening. It's kind of, maybe I had an engine brake as well, which I don't know if it's lobby issued. Hopefully the race is still going. Maybe we'll get back in here and nothing quite missed, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Double fingers crossed that this all goes well and we could get back in. Ricky, you didn't miss anything, but now we're missing stuff. I hope this is all good, and let's see how the lobby is. Yes, this is esports ready, by the way. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Codemasters. I don't know. My internet's good. I did check that before this, and it was in chip shop shape, as I must add. So I don't know if that's a lobby issue, but I think we're still going. I'm trying to get the interval here as the interval's coming back. Sorry about that. I have no idea why or what caused that, but we did get back in quite quickly, so I don't think I missed much. We still have Lopez. We got Opus, Fatal, Jones, Working Man is still AI. As I'm gonna try to stay off him because I don't want to get disconnected again. We got Airborne Kitten, D-Crime, and just make sure everybody's still here. And XPO Airborne. No, that's the AI car. We got Clues in the pits. All right, so it looks like we're good. Let me get the tire back up for you guys, wherever that is. Leader. Little miscombobulated. The gaps are not right. Oh, that's because it's leader. Sorry. We're back. Technical difficulties here. I guess David is... David, are you Working Man? I can't send invites, but are you... It seems like everyone else is okay. And that's unfortunate if you did get disconnected, but there's not much we can do if it was only you, and I guess me. But we're going to keep going here. I think we're all okay. Yeah, they are releasing a game in 2 months, so we do have that escape go. And we're only on here for another... is Dre on Darkest? He's going to get the undercut. Darkest goes wide. Dre down in... takes advantage. I like what I'm seeing from Dre here. Very nice moves. Picked some pretty good guys off. He struggled as of early, but he's coming back. Nothing like cold coffee, am I right? As that's the only thing getting me through this. Alright. Alright, let's get situated here. Let's get situated. We got D-Crime, and as he's losing some positions, he's on those soft tire, as well as Gate. He gets past there. Now XP getting past down the inside. Nice move. As Darkest might be struggling for tire wear or tire temps, not too sure. She's gonna tuck in. Nope. Side by side, and it's gonna be a drag race. That Honda. Sometimes I forget for me in racing a Platinum, I kind of forget I'm in a Honda. That's a little weird. It's kind of shocking. But the gap towards the front, oh, we got Jonesy in the pits, so he's trying the undercut here. He went 10 laps on these supers. I imagine he's going to put the softs on. Oh, correct. And he's hopefully going to go to the end on those, so he's going to get the undercut. Let's see if that actually works. Dre also pits on the super. He's probably going to go to the soft, as this is most likely a one-stop for everybody. As the big question is, where does he come out? And he's going to come out right into traffic, right behind Gate Angelo, but in front of his teammate, which is good. So not too bad. So we get a nice view here. I will say this is a nice view from Codemaster, so keep that up. As Jones through those S's. It's going to be interesting to see where these guys pit, as Opus is now reeled in Lopez. He's going to get the DRS, and he's got some speed. We've seen this last week as well. He kind of had a bad, not a terrible qualifying today, more so last week in Baku, but all of a sudden he turns that pace on, and man, he starts reeling these drivers in, and he has some wicked race pace. Jones and Gade going at it. Remember, Jones trying that undercut. He doesn't want to get backed up here. He doesn't want to lose this much time. Lopez in the pits. Opus is going to go another. Fatal goes another. So Lopez covers off Jones. Fatal and Opus thinking long term. They're thinking overcut, not under, over. Lopez is on out. Jones still stuck behind Gade Angelo. We got Airborne in the pits as well. He's got the DRS. He's going to go to the inside of the track. Lopez is way ahead. Jones did lose some time. He's not gonna be a happy camper. And he gets a 3-second time penalty as well, and for XP as well. So both Ferraris with penalties. Kitten thinking long game. He's only he's within DRS of Lopez. He's got the soft tires on since the beginning. So Lopez was already able to get a pit stop on Kitten, which just shows Lopez really, and these other guys too, have the pace. They got the speed today. And I will say that penalty from Jones is going to kill him, because even if these guys get one, you know, or they don't, it's going to be hard. You have to pass them, then overtake them more. So the only thing for Jones is if others mess up, as Opus gets speeding in the pit lane, he's got a stop-go penalty. Fatal looks clean. Remember, he had a stop-go last week, which kind of cost him his win, because Opus had some penalties, and if he didn't get that speeding, he probably would have won with just penalties. This Kitten gets another penalty. Fatal comes out. Lopez coming down the pit straight. He's going to overtake Opus. It's going to be tight. Nope, just there. Red Bull goes past, followed by Kitten, who has not stopped yet. And Fatal and Jonesy. Oh, here we go. Rival v rival. Red v blue. Red on top. Oh, that was nice going through there, huh? Man, that was pretty cool. These guys have been going at it week after week after week. And nothing beats a little red v blue action. Although I'm sure Fatal, once he gets the tire temps back into range, he's going to get right back in DRS mode, as he's slightly out of it right now. And he's going to come back, and Jones is a... You would have seen his defensive maneuvers last week. They were really good. So I'm sure he's going to put something on display here for us once again on Fatal. So we got to look at that. Down the pack we got Norton overtaking D-Crime. Working Man has come back in, so he is back in action. He lost a bunch of time though, so unfortunate for that, but at least you could come back in and do a little racing. Dre and Clues going at it. Oh, maybe he's not back. Working Man, I think you just have to take control of your car if you listen to the stream. But let's move on here. Let's move on. We got Lopez and Opus within DRS. We got Kitten getting overtaken by Jonesy. I don't think he's going to put much fight here. Although, as I say that, he's coming back quite good. As he is literally pushing him down the straight, but Jones got the DRS. Kitten with the slipstream. Man, you can see the Ferrari pulling away. And into the corner they go. Jones is ahead, and he stays ahead. Now it's Fatal's turn. He's got to get to Kitten. He's got to pass Kitten, and quicker than Jones did, and get close to Jones. So this battle between Jones and Fatal, even though it's not for the win, they're not too far off the win. 4.6 seconds Don't forget, Opus got that time penalty of 5 seconds because he was speeding in the pit lane. Lopez, I think, is clean. I think he's clean, but he's still gonna mix it up with Opus and Lopez. Just because Lopez has a penalty don't mean nothing. He just put the fastest lap. He's gonna try to get to Lopez, pass him, and extend the gap. You never know what his speed is gonna look like towards the end of this race. That'll bring Jones back into the mix, and I'm sure Fatal as well. Oh, and that's more penalties for Opus. So it's really gonna cost him here. I think he's on controller, so that kind of explains maybe a little bit why. As Fatal also gets a penalty, so that penalty that Jones got is kind of evened out. So go back to the top, Opus and Lopez. DRS for Opus. The Penguin's gonna slide up into first, and he's gonna see what he's got now. Let's see the pace advantage. Opus tries it, but man, Opus, he gets it quite clean. Awesome. Fatal gets past Kitten. In the meantime, we got D-Crime, my boy D-Crime. Oh, he retired. I don't know what happened to him. We didn't quite see that. Which I hope in next game Codemasters you can actually go to the retired person and see where they crashed out, because otherwise you can't. You gotta ride on board with someone else, and it's dumb. It's dumb. I'm sorry. As we get farther and farther into this game, I complain more and more about the game. So that's sorry for that. But in 2 months' time, I think we'll be playing with custom liveries, F2 cars, a whole new system with a whole new glitches. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. Can't wait. Which, in fact, in the meantime, we have 3 races left in this season 7. And then it'll be off to the new game. F1 2019, which I can't believe I'm saying that. So, season 8, if you want to sign up for any of the classes, silver, gold, or platinum, the link of the website will be down below. Once the video uploads, it'll be up there. And all the information for the classes is there, and sign up is there. Everything is there. If you have any questions, it's there. You just ask. So, you know, if you want to get in there for next game, we'd probably start about a month after release. So make sure you get the new game, and yeah, we're looking forward to next season. We have a big break in between, which I'm quite happy for. So that's good. Ricky says US is always known for the penalties. Yep. You are not wrong on that one. You're not wrong. Clues retired. I don't know where he retired at, because I can't see him. As I just complained about that 2 minutes ago. But the only gap is Opus and Lopez, and with penalties, Lopez is clearly in the lead. I don't even think he's got one. Oh, we got a VSC. Oh, okay. Although that shouldn't change much. It's not a full course. Which we haven't had much of them anyways. Which I hope we get more of, because it just mixes everything up. As we're back. We're back, and DRS is enabled. So, you know, I don't know. I think having the safety car, you know, it's on, but it rarely comes out, and if it does, it's a VSC like this, and it's only for 15 seconds, and then it goes off. I'd like a safety car here and there, especially for the street circuits, and if someone is really parked or crashed out in a dangerous spot, even though it's a game, throw the caution out. Even if it's not in the most dangerous spot, throw them out. You know, I think it'd just be cool to see every now and again a safety car. and Bob, or Useless, or Porridge, whatever you want to go by, we will announce how to keep in your class, hopefully sooner rather than later, probably this week actually. But the main thing is, if you want to stay in your class, you got to do everything you can to prove that you should be there. Plain and simple. And for the guys who want to move up, kind of like Jones, Fatal, Opus, Lopez, maybe Darkest, and a couple here and there, they got to do everything they can, and they have to prove that they want to be in the Platinum class, or whatever class, you know, for Silver, wanting to move up to Gold. The way you do that is showing to every race, practicing, you know, being involved, you know, clean racing, you know, respecting everybody. It's not just pure speed. That is a big part of it, but it's also how much practice you put in. And, you know, if you really want to be there, it's a people putting the time and effort in. So it's a whole bunch of things, but we want the best of the best in Platinum, and we want every driver to be in the right class for them. So we will announce more on that, but yeah, plain and simple, if you want to be in the top class, you got to show it, and your performance is kind of how we go off it. But we'll get more into that in the future, as we are kind of in a dull period, as I like to call it. We got to sharpen our pencils here. They're kind of dull. We got to get the sharpener out. It's a little dull. So if you have any questions like that one, please leave it down below. Anything game related, TCR related, you let me know. Kitten goes on the pits. He's now on those ultras. Now that's interesting. I don't know. Can they go that long? They should be able to, but I don't know if they die off at the end. We're gonna have to manage that, see how that goes. But the front looks like they kind of just died out. I don't know. The pace, you know, they were quite close in the beginning, all within DRS, maybe a second and a half here and there, but it's kind of spread out a little bit. We got Opus, a couple tenths quicker than Lopez per lap, although he does have the penalties. So Lopez, if he keeps it clean like this, will go on for his second victory. We got Jones another 5.5 back, and then Fatal 3.6 back, and then you have a huge gap from 4th to 5th. 16 seconds is then Airborne. So you kind of have the top four, couple seconds here or there, and I'm sure Working Man would be in the mix if he didn't have that disconnection. So he would have been up there as well, and I'm sure other drivers too, if their qualifying would have went better. But you know, in the full wet, you really can't guarantee anything. Yeah, Working Man is still disconnected, so he's gonna get a DQ for today. And that does not stand for Dairy Queen. That is disqualified. And Darkest said he crashed due to a wheel glitch. That sounds like a you problem. A wheel glitch. That could be a lot of things. Did your foot fall off the pedal? Did it go into crazy mode? Did it turn off? Ricky says, what's going to be the plan after the last race? So after the last race, we have about a month or so, give or take, until the new game comes out. So in that month, we'll do some event races, so maybe 5-lappers to keep everyone active. Nothing serious, just here, maybe put some classic cars. I'd like to throw around some different events. Anything really goes. It doesn't have to be scheduled like, oh, we have to meet once a week. It's just kind of, let's have fun and do things we usually don't do on this game. Kind of take the seriousness out of it and just kind of focus on, having fun and using the game up. I would like to do some different events, maybe play around with some realistic cars, classic cars, 100% races, sim damage, no rules turned off. I mean, with you could do a bunch of different things that we wouldn't really do in a league race. So we'll just have fun until the new game comes out, and then we kind of worry about that. But Kitten on those ultras should be an easy overtake for Kitten. DRS down the inside on Dre, and Kate's closed. So that's the plan. D-Crime says it was a bro moment. Yeah, that was a bro moment. But it was more of a you moment. But if I'm being honest, that's more of a you. That's a you moment, not a bro moment. That's a you moment. Yusa says, make it Monaco heavy rain 100% night. Okay, we could do that. I just won't be there that one. I just won't show up. How about that? Go ahead, you can host it. I don't know how many people you'll show. Maybe you have to put some AI to fill the gaps, but I don't know. It might just be you, so at least you could get a win. Although you gotta watch out for the AI cars. They will crash you out. Especially on those straights, man. They like to go diagonal. With sim damage, yeah, you forgot that point, Useless. It's not only Monaco heavy rain 100% at night, but it's Monaco heavy rain 100% night with sim damage. See, you missed that one part out. But still, you add the sim damage, still nobody will be there. It'll just be you, trust me. Or it will be us there, but it won't be for that long because we'll be crashed out. But yes, we'll do a whole bunch of events, and I think some of it will be broadcasted, so I think after the last race, the week right after, we're going to do a classic car event broadcaster race to kind of sim the season up. Nothing's in the... It's in the works. Nothing's finalized, but yeah, we're gonna just play around with the game towards the end and use it. You know, use the game. But at the moment, we have the Williams of Coleman, who has struggled this race. But he's coming back. He's coming back. Coming back on XP here. Going to be in the DRS. As I might message Opus and say, you have 8 seconds of time penalties. You're not going to win this race. Maybe back off and make it and have a battle so we have something to watch on TV. If somebody can get that message delayed to Opus, that would be fine. We'll get something going. And man, it really dulled out. I'm kind of a little upset. It was looking good early, and then once the pit stops came, man, it was game over. A little bit here, a little bit there, but other than that, it's kind of stalled out. Coleman, though, reeling in XP. He is on the... Oh, no, they're both on the soft tire, so it looks like Coleman's just finding some pace here late. As he's all over XP in these S's. He's going to have to get a good exit. And XP, oh, he's sliding, he's rallying, he's drifting around those corners. Hold on to it, XP. As I will say, Coleman has my vote for... He's at least in contention for most improved this season, for sure. Last season, if you look, he was in the Force India with Powwow, kind of doing little dancing moves, spinning dancing moves in the back of the grid. And this year, he's contended for top fives. He's been on the more or less the podium, but never got the podium to actually show for it. But he's kind of been robbed of that. So today doesn't look like it's his day, but maybe in Russia or Brazil he can get that podium that he wants and everyone else wants for him as well. But regardless, even if it doesn't happen, there's always next season. Oh, he gets a good exit here, man. He's going to go down the inside. Oh, they're going to make almost wheel banging. Almost. Oh, he's got a good run. Coleman. Nah, it's case closed. XP's gonna have to put on a hell of a fight. He did. Oh, okay. It could have been a contact. It could have been a little netcode lag, but regardless, they're in it. XP's getting in the slipstream. Coleman with the DRS though. But it looks like he's got the toe. Man, the Ferraris are quick. They're going. They're going. And now that was wheel bang and XP. Oh, where do you do it? XP. He's gonna have to. I don't know, man. These guys are. I don't know what's happening, but these guys are going at it. Come on, keep it clean here. I want a clean fight. Nothing below the belt now. Alright, this should be it. This should be case closed for Coleman. As this battle has gotten intense. Yep, Coleman up. Although I will say, XP has some straight line speed for sure. Oh, oh, now. Oh, okay. That looked like netcode lag. I will admit. I don't think that actually happened, but as long as they stay in their position, I think they're fine. We're only 2 laps to the end, but I think there was a little netcode lag between these two, even earlier on, but I'm sure these guys will be fine. As Coleman 16 seconds behind Gate, he wasn't going to do anything with that. And XP is clearly ahead of Ultimate, so I think that'll sort itself out. I think they can just kind of go on their way with only 3 laps left. So little interesting towards the end there. A little interesting as Kitten. Oh, he's gonna make a dive. Oh yes, he will. Kitten goes for it. T1. Oh, kind of just stalled for a minute. It just kind of stopped. It's like some slow motion action, which we do not have ability of on the TCR crew, as well as this game. But that would be cool. Slow motion replay action cameras. Now that's high def, and that's high quality as well. High technology too. I mean, you're getting a 3-for-1 package. Kitten airborne, and now Dre's come back in the last couple laps. He's had some impressive moves today, I will say. And what I like to call textbook moves. He even took the dictionary out and he's kind of teaching these guys some things. Like, hey, I know how to overtake still. I'm here for a reason. So Dre on the closing laps can maybe get 5th, but he's gonna have to work for it. 2 laps left. this kind of dull moment towards the front is actually quite nice because I kind of get a chance to highlight some of this midfield action, which we usually don't get. So I'm kind of happy for how this turned out, because otherwise we wouldn't been able to see Dre's some really good moves. You know, Kitten coming back this week, missed last week, and he's having a great top 5 finish. If he could stay put, I don't know about penalties, but he made that strategy work for him. His teammate's not here. That is one of the absentees. Airborne, another solid day. Another solid day for Airborne. Here's the... If I could get it up here. Whatever there he goes. That's the biggest movers and biggest losers. So we have Dre and Gade up 7. They're the biggest movers for today. Dre back in 14th. Gade started 15th. Not a bad day in the office, I might add. Pretty swell. Then you had Working Man down in 13th, started on pole position, had that disconnection, as well as us. He not only disconnected, but he brought us along with him. So he's down to 12th, and we lost out a little bit, but not too much. So those are your biggest losers and winners. And Fatal, you can kind of point out, he's had an okay race, but I can't imagine well, depending on the penalties, but it's not exactly what he wanted to have happen. 3rd place gets 15 points, 4th is 12, so he's going to lose out 3 points here. And now that gap from 6 crucially goes, that gap from 6 points crucially goes to 9 points. And that is more than a race win. So that's what Jones wants. He wants that gap big. As Opus coming around the last corner will cross the line first. And will stay first. Opus, the Penguin. Man, he had to go all the way to Antarctica for that one. That was a really good race for him. How is he still in front with all the penalties? Maybe Lopez did have some. I'm not too sure. But Lopez 2nd, Jonesy 3rd. So back-to-back wins here for Opus. He's still in the fight for this championship. A little bit of a long shot, like I said, but I think he's still in contention. But I'm not going to bring the calculator out. Do not worry. I'm not going to confuse everybody. Fatal finishes 4th, but I'm surprised. Good for Penguin. Back-to-back. Moved up 5 spots. That is actually not too bad. Congrats, Penguin. Lopez still a solid day. You definitely had the pace. Just a couple tenths here and there. You lost out, but other than that, very nice up towards the front. The only thing I was kind of mad about seeing is Working Man and his disconnection. I would have liked to seen him up there with his Mercedes teammate and how that would have worked out. But I think it was okay Grand Prix. As Ricky said, maybe do some reserve sprint races on the championship standings. We could reverse, yeah, we for sure. The Williams have been struggling in all divisions, but not only this season, but they have been struggling for a long time in TCR. There hasn't been a dominant Williams driver in a long time, so congrats to Opus here, getting the top set at the podium. An American does win the American Grand Prix, or United States Grand Prix. Come on, let's get it situated here. Freeze. And Useless says next season we should do a driver of the day poll. Yeah, we should. How about we'll start now? Who is the driver of the day? We got 9 people watching, so there should be 9 driver of the days. My driver of the day has to have Has to be Opus. Has to be Penguin. Another solid day. And even for those penalties, it looks like Lopez had some penalties, so that's why he won, because Lopez also had some penalties. But yeah, that's something we can definitely add in a good way, is the drive of the day polls. So, and for other TCR drivers watching, this is a lineup. I'm not going to go by it, but decent day for a lot of drivers. Very nice race. And thanks for sticking with me when it's only me. I got my cold coffee, which was warm when I started it, got me through today. But for TCR drivers watching or watched after the race, either live or after its recording, please give me suggestions, and maybe me or any other official, give us suggestions for what you'd like to add in next season, or things we can implement, either big implement changes or small things like drive of the day polls, because believe it or not, now is the time we start planning for next season. And not even now, we've been planning since race 3 of this season, so it has been, we always start early, but it's still not too late. So if there's any things like that, new ideas or anything, please bring it to one of the officials or myself, and we can talk about it. And we could maybe we thought about it already, but we love the input, so please give it the input, because we will look into it and maybe add it for sure. Alright, well, my drive of the day is Opus. Other than that, it was a good race. Championship, like I said, goes to Jones. Well, he didn't win it yet. It kind of sounded like how I was wording it. He won it, but he didn't win it yet. So let's not get any false advertising here. But he does improve that gap, crucially on Fatal. And going into Russia next week, we haven't raced Russia since Season 3 on F1 2017 it was, yeah. Season 3, it's been that long since we raced at Russia. We only raced there once. And we haven't been there since. So I'm actually really looking forward to next week. But the penalties and the corner cutting can go really good or really bad for a lot of drivers, and having that little cushion for a track that I don't think is everybody's favorite, it's kind of a wild card in my opinion, but if you have the speed, you can definitely dominate there, kind of like Opus today. And then we ended up in Brazil. Brazil is the last race, which a lot of weather can have drastic changes in how it all performs in the race and quali. We've seen some pretty crazy things in the past in TCR, so the finale is going to be good. So 2 races left. We got Jones, we got Fatal, we got Red, we got Blue, and it's going to be a nice 1v1 between them. And if something goes dramatically wrong, I think a couple others are still in contention, but like I said, it probably won't happen. But other than that, that's it for the golden side of things. But we have platinum tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern is when we begin that. Tune in tomorrow right here on this YouTube channel, and you'll see Dre and Fatal commentating that. You'll see me driving, and you'll see Breezy and Sean Sheeny Boy going at it for the title. And same thing goes there. You got Ferrari of Sean, you got the Red Bull of Breezy, and not only that, on the driver's side of things, but the constructors is also really close between the Toro Rossos of myself and Talon, between the Red Bull of Breezy and Damaso. You got the Ferrari of Swarner and Sean, so it's very close between the constructors. You got 3 races left. A lot can happen, a lot could go right, a lot could go wrong, so please tune in tomorrow. And then this week on Sunday, it's either 8 or 8:30. Probably 8:30 p.m. Eastern is the Litterbox podcast. So please tune in for that, and we'll review it all in a nice podcast. And we'll probably preview the F1 race as well for Spain for next week. So that's kind of the timeline, and then next week is Russia. So after that, that's basically it. Thanks for hanging with me in this kind of dull race towards the end. And I liked a lot of suggestions down below. This is what I like to see. I love the feedback, so keep it coming. Give us some support down below. If you're not subscribed already, please do so. Hit the bell while you're at it. And like I said, the website for any information will be down below once the video is uploaded. Other than that, we'll see you tomorrow for the Platinum class. My name is Seafreeze. Good night, everybody.